Racial slurs being used by high school soccer players in Connellsville. The opposing team, Penn Hills, took the matter to the WPIAL, and the topic came up today at the Board of Directors meeting. John Shumway is live with more on what happens now. John.
In fact, they went behind closed doors in the building behind me up on the top floor, and they reviewed all the claims and the counterclaims and decided they want the people making these claims to come do it in person. It was on this field 11 days ago that the boys of the Penn Hills soccer team say they got an earful.
There were racially insensitive comments being made during the boys' soccer game against Connellsville on the 6th, both on the field and coming from the student section of Connellsville in the stands.
Penn Hills immediately complained to the WPIAL and vowed not to play any more games in any sport against Connellsville until there was an investigation of what Superintendent Dr. Nancy Hines concluded was so disturbing that it warrants our position and the direct involvement of the WPIAL. The WPIAL took the allegations to Connellsville.
Has Connellsville conceded that these things did happen?
No.
What are they telling you?
They can't substantiate it.
That said, Connellsville offered remediation.
They came up with a plan in an attempt because they recognize that there is no place for this in sport. And they are more than willing to take the extra step to make sure that their kids are made aware of that.
Penn Hills responded that wasn't good enough.
They just think that we as an organization should be involved.
So the WPIAL started collecting all it could.
We've reviewed the reports submitted by the game officials, and then there were unsolicited countless responses that came from people in the Connellsville community.
The board reviewed it all today in executive session and in open session.
Move to bring them in for a hearing.
Second. Tom Evans, all in favor?
Aye.
The hearing will be Monday.
And who will you bring in?
Typically, we bring in the principal, the AD, the coaches, and anybody else that might have information that they can lend.
Yeah, and what will happen is they'll bring them in and they'll listen, and usually what O'Malley says is that they work with the schools to develop a plan where this can be resolved, and if the schools don't come up with a good enough plan, well, then the board will step in and make adjustments. So far, one girls' soccer game and a volleyball game have been missed between the two schools, and the WPIAL hopes they'll be able to make them up. Live in Green Tree, John Shumway, KDKA-TV News.